Oh, man.
All right, welcome to Help Desk with Joe, and with me as always, Joe.
We're here.
We're here, and you have a pretty good show today. I'm excited about this. We talked a little bit before. Go ahead and introduce us to the topic.
All right. So everyone out there, if you're watching this, if you're watching it right before Christmas, right after Christmas, more likely you've either purchased a new laptop or a new tablet or someone that you've purchased for Christmas as a new mobile device. We're trying to help you. Today's show is to help you, give you some tips how to make it easier and make it last a little longer.
Preventative maintenance for your mobile devices.
Exactly.
And by golly, there's a lot of room for this subject, so it's a good subject, and you're right. Christmas time, everybody's getting their gifts and shiny new stuff, and you're getting it out and doing what you need to do with it. Playing games, watching movies, whatever. So
right.
What do we want to start with first?
Okay, let's start out with laptops because that's an oldie. With today's technology, it's an oldie but a goodie, but because everybody's got a laptop and it's transferring to tablets, but laptops still hold a real strong marketplace. So.
Okay, so you got a brand new laptop. What are some pitfalls you need to address?
Okay, the first thing is ventilation. This is always a biggie with me because everybody gets it, and well, I have no place to put it. I'll put it on the floor. Hardwood floors, that's fine, but we got this real nice carpet. Well, you put it on there, and on the bottom of most, if not all, well, most laptops, the fans are always on the bottom.
Yep.
So as soon as you put on that carpet, you're smothering it.
Yep, and you were chewing me out before the show started because I said, by golly, we lay on the floor and watch and play on our laptop, and that's the no-no.
Right.
Excuse me. If you have carpet, do not lay it down on the carpet.
Right.
Got it. Tip number one. Tip number two.
Backup. This is always a biggie with me. When someone always brings a computer to the shop and there's something, the hard drives crash up, do you have a backup? And you always get the glazed eye over, deer in the headlight look.
Who, me?
Yeah.
What?
And then I always get you got to back up my pictures. Well, if the hard drive's already crashed at this point, it's too late.
Yeah.
So always got to try to work a miracle, but always make a backup. And we've done shows before about backups. We'll put a link below on how to do the backups. So
I was going to say, just quickly, some of the options
for backups. For backups, external hard drive. Online solutions like Carbonite, where it'll automatically back up to on the internet for you. Just some kind, and if you're not comfortable with that, something simple as doing it, put it on a backup CD or a DVD. Yep. Just make it some kind of backup so if something happens to the hard drive itself, you haven't lost all of your information.
And an external hard drive you can set up on a weekly or monthly backup.
Right.
All taken care of you, but get a backup.
There shouldn't be a reason why you shouldn't have a backup.
I don't have a backup, Joe.
Here we go again.
I knew that's where this conversation was going. Sorry, Joe. All right. Next tip.
Okay. One of the biggest things, this makes my blood pressure rise like this. When I see someone open a laptop and then hand it to me by carrying it by the screen. Yep. Don't do that.
Yep. Why not?
Because that is the weakest part of the laptop. Carrying it's like carrying your kid around Walmart by the arms. You don't do that.
I've tried.
And how well did that work out for you? Exactly.
So you're right. Yeah, you're right. Don't compromise the weakest part of the link in your laptop, which is the connection between the screen and the base.
Right. Always carry it by the base. Right.
As you're saying
and the only thing is holding your screen is a couple of screws and the cables going from the screen to the main board.
And it's all plastic.
Exactly.
So, yeah. Just don't do it because it's a huge risk.
Right.
Okay, next one.
Okay. Control rapid temperature changes. And this as far as it's Christmas, it's the holidays, you're going to be taking it from point A to point B. So more likely if you've got a long drive, you set it in the car, it may have gotten hot, may have gotten cold depending on where you're going. If it's sitting out in the cold, bring it inside. Don't automatically turn it on. Give it a little bit. Let it get to room temperature before you turn it on to help control possible damage on the inside.
Right. You were talking condensation, stuff like that.
Right.
Can happen.
Right.
Just like anything else.
Exactly.
The computer is susceptible to it, just like anything else.
Right.
Treat it as such.
Well, and with electronics, condensation and electricity are bad things.
There you go. Yep. So give it time to warm up or cool down and reach the temperature that you're at.
Right. Facebook can wait 20 minutes, I promise you.
It'll be there.
Exactly. It's not going anywhere.
Your life will probably be better off. That's okay.
Exactly.
I don't know. I take that back because if I didn't get my daily Facebook deals, what would I do?
Well, this is true. You would have more money, but I wouldn't be as happy.
All right, next.
Okay, have an antivirus on the device. Even today, I still have people say, I don't like having an antivirus on my computer because it slows it down. Well, to a point, there are some antivirus out there that still hasn't realized, you still need to operate your computer besides helping me protect it. So make sure you get a good antivirus on it. Even if it's a free one, it's better than nothing at all because the antivirus isn't going to stop any potential thing because there's still a possible threat, but it's just like a seatbelt in your car. It's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
Right. Okay. And your last one.
Take care of your charger. This right here is one of the
Why
biggest.
are you looking at me when you say that, Joe?
Well, I don't know. And this the chargers is one of the biggest problems a lot of people have because they get it, and the first thing they do is, I'm going to wrap it up real good, and it's going to be real nice and tight, and it's not going to be everywhere. And the next thing you're going to do, you're going to call and say, Joe, my charger isn't working because either the cable is broke inside here on the end where it's flexed on the computer, or where you've got it real nice and tight and real neat, it's going to break right here.
It's almost as if I've done this before and we've had this talk.
Kind of flashbacks.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, okay, taking care of your charger and your cords. Don't pull them so tight that you stretch and break and or dislocate cords.
Right.
Okay,
You know
so you're suggesting how to
Right.
utilize them. Give us a little.
So let me get it unstrung here.
Okay.
You know, I always do mine with the part that's coming out of the base face down, because this part here costs you $1 or $2 to replace.
Right.
This, you're looking at a bare minimum $40.
So protect the investment part of your cord.
Right.
The charger and the cord coming out.
And I learned this in school. Mrs. Kirby, my video production teacher, she always taught us this. Wrap them loosely.
Yeah.
So we wrap it like this, and then most of the time they come with a Velcro strap, so they just wrap it around like this. And there you have a nice neat cable, and see there's no flex on either end.
Yeah.
They can hang loosely, and
you
it'll
took all the tension out and it's still wrapped up where you can keep it.
And it's going to last a lot longer.
There you go. Okay, so Charger 101, talk number 2 for me. 1 for everybody else.
And one other thing with the charger, if you're going to walk around with your laptop, make sure you unplug this first, because if not, that's where most of these break, or you're going to rip out the charge connector inside.
I believe I had one bend.
It didn't
Might
break.
have been for that exact reason. Okay, so we're hard on computers. But that's why we have Joe.
That's right.
So, all right, so you've covered 5 or 6 good points there. Good ventilation, keep your back up. Don't utilize it on the carpet.
Yeah.
The temperature. Don't carry it by the screen, obviously.
Exactly.
Control your rapid temperature change. Treat it like a goldfish that you just brought home.
Exactly.
Antivirus, and then treat your charger with care. You got to take care of the things that matter.
Exactly.
Okay, anything else?
I think that pretty much covers my rant or soapbox complaint about laptops.
Preventative maintenance for your brand new laptops, and I think you're right. I think you hit it on the nail on the head earlier. You've invested a good sum of money for yourself, a gift for someone, your child, spouse, whatever the case may be.
Right.
Take care of that investment.
Right.
It's pretty easy.
Right. Because watching a few minute video right now is going to save you money in the long run, because if you don't have to see me, you're saving money.
You betcha. Okay. On with tablet
Okay.
maintenance.
They're
a little different, so.
Yeah, a little different. I mean, with the tablets, iPad, Android tablets, Windows tablets, if it's a tablet, they're pretty much all the same. These will cover any tablet that you have. Keep the screen clean. And we always recommend Whoosh, which we sell in our store. We'll have a link below.
Like Whoosh.
I'll love it.
Whoosh is excellent.
And the reason we recommend the keeping screen clean is it helps with the responsiveness of the device. If you find that your device is, you have to swipe a little extra hard, it might just be something simple as fingerprint smudges or dirt on the screen. Just keep that clean, and it makes it run a lot smoother.
Well, and our hands are greasy and oily.
Right.
The human skin is greasy and oily, and the more you spread that around, and after a while, people get used to it, but still.
Right.
Whoosh does an excellent job. I got to tell you, when you first showed me Whoosh, I was like, it's clear, but it really does an excellent job.
Yeah,
So well worth
it cleans, it disinfects, it's fingerprint resistant. We absolutely love it.
Yep. Okay, number 2.
Okay, reboot your device on a regular basis. Yes, it's a tablet, but remember, this is just like it's a computer. It's a small mobile computer. Reboot this on a regular basis. This is one of the biggest complaints when I get a call from someone about a tablet. My tablet's slow, it hangs up. Reboot your device on a regular basis. And when we say reboot, actually shut it down, turn it off, and turn it back on, because just by pushing that screen button, you're not truly shutting it down.
Right. Let it reset itself. The same thing as us going to bed at night. You kind of reset, get rested, come back on. And it goes, when you reboot it like it goes through processes.
Right, it cleans up the system resources, because everything that you've run and shut off, there's probably still something running in the background. That way it just refreshes everything and keeps everything running at its top performance.
And everybody's happy when that happens.
Exactly.
Okay, number 3.
Okay, keep your system and apps up to date. This is a kind of a stickler for me. I have someone say, well, my app isn't running right. Well, did you run an update? Well, it has an update, but I don't want to run it.
So I should stop skipping that update?
Yeah. Well,
Get clear a lot. Yeah,
right. Well, and it's not only for the performance of the app, including operating system apps, the system apps and the game apps or applications themselves. It's usually add-ons, additions, a few extra bells and whistles, or security fixes, or glitches in the game, or whatever application may be running. There might be a fix for it, a patch for it, per se.
So something out there, make sure you get it.
Right.
Take care of it. Okay, number 4.
And get a protective case. This is when someone orders a device, or we're helping them choose a device. What kind of case you want? I don't want a case. What happens if you drop it? I won't drop it. This exact case scenario happened. I had a customer. We was working with them, and I said, you need a case for that. Oh no, I don't plan on dropping it. Well, nobody ever plans on dropping it. This is a win, not an if situation, a win situation.
And we talked about that when we ordered our tablets for our after-school programs. That's the first thing you insisted on. By golly, it was a good call. They've been dropped several times.
Exactly. And this customer said, "Oh, I won't drop it." Okay, it was a year. I mean, almost a year to the day. They called me up and said, "Hey, I gave my phone to my grandkid and they dropped it and the screen's busted." So, I mean.
And tablets they're little, but they're cumbersome, and get out of the car with them, or
right.
fall out of your bag, whatever the case may be. It's well worth the case.
Yeah, it's a small investment. It's an insurance policy per se. You spend a few dollars to get a case, get a good case. I'm not knocking the cheap cases that you can buy $1 or $2, but if you're wanting protection, put some money into it.
Get a case, as you were talking earlier, a case that makes sure that they'll hold it in
right.
when it does drop, because you don't want to hit and bounce out.
Right.
So get a quality one that's...
And as much money, and just like you said with the laptop, it's an investment. As much money you've put in this device, you want it to last, and you don't want, have it a week and then you can't use it because you've shattered a screen or something's happened because of something you could have prevented.
Yep. Okay, next.
Just like laptops, backup. The tablets, the issue...
Sorry, Joe.
Well, with the tablets, this isn't as an issue as much as the laptops are, because with your apps, most app stores, if you buy it, you own it. So if you accidentally delete it or reset the device, you can get that stuff back. But the biggest thing is pictures or any documents that you've created. Like iOS and Android, they have the ability built in, and they'll walk you through the steps on how to back it up. With iOS, it's iCloud. Google has their they're set up in place where you can back up your pictures on the cloud, which means you back it up over the internet. So if you reset your device, you log back in with your account and you can re-download those pictures.
So they make it pretty nice. Okay, that's Tablets 101, and I'm assuming same thing. The charging's a little different, so you don't even have to go through that.
Right. This charging's the same. Is very similar. Just don't walk off the with the device plugged in.
Always a no-no. Yeah. Okay. Anything else?
I think
covered a lot of stuff there.
Yeah, I think that pretty much covers everything. I mean, there's always you can never cover everything. There's always going to be that one situation of, well, I never thought of that, or how did that happen?
Yeah. So when that does happen, or if you'd like to prevent that from happening, how they get a hold of you?
You can give us a call offices at 304-927-3588. Check out our website at amdigitaltechnologies.com, or be like Dave and like us on Facebook.
Yep, I like on Facebook at the Daily Specials. And you guys have some awesome deals, and the Whoosh is a perfect one.
Oh, yes.
So if you have any questions, have any preventive maintenance that you need to go over in more depth or detail, and or want to order something to help protect your stuff, especially the new shiny stuff that come out that you either got for the holidays or got for somebody else, contact Joe Orsina at A&M Digital Technologies. And you guys also host all our shows, so talk a little bit about that.
We take care of all the shows, this show, the youth shows we do on the network, and Penny's Reading Nook, which is our biggest show on the network. Penny reads children's books online, so we'll have a link to that below to her channel. And
all our podcasts and everything.
Yeah,
all in-house
we're busy.
A&M Digital Technology, so we appreciate that, and again, supporting our kids, supporting our community. So when you shop local. Anything technology related or in general that Joe or Cena can get for you. A&M Digital Technologies here in West Virginia. All right, well, thank you, Joe. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
And we'll be back next week with another show.
Thank you.